Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation today, Todi Mahalla Panjwa Karduja Dopade, the ninth Sabad in Rag Todi, composition of the fifth Nanak. The recitation, Todi Mahalla Panjwa Satgur Aio Saran Tuhari, Mile Sukh Naam Har Soba, Chinta Lahe Hamari Rahao, Avarna Sujai Duji Thahar, Har Pareo Tau Duari, Lekha Chod Alekha Chutta Hai, Ham Nirgun Leho Ubari, Sadbak Sindh Sada Meherwana, Sabna De Adhari, Nanak Das Sant Pache Pareo, Rakh Leho Ehe Bari. This is an address to the Satgur and arriving at the shelter of the Satgur. Satgur, O Satgur, Aio Saran Tuhari, I have come to your shelter. Mila Sukh, Naam Har Soba, Mila Sukh, the wishes for comfort, well-being, Sukh. Naam Har Soba, the wisdom, the radiance of Naam. Radiance equates to wisdom. Chinta lah hamari, may I be relieved of my anxiety. Because the ego mind is always in anxiety. So the Rahau verse here stresses, as does Gurbani, the importance of the Satgur for self-realization, for the removal of this anxiety. So seeking shelter in the Satgur Aio Saran, is to enter and center one's own awareness in the enlightener principle, because it is within. And how do you do it? You do it through the word, the Sabad, Gurbani. That takes you there. And the Guru is telling us that an awareness that is centered in Satgur finds Sukh, a sense of wholeness, well-being, because it is in union with the supreme Har consciousness. You see, it's another kind of consciousness that is available there. The ego mind has expanded, which means also that it has now an intuitive identification with the self, which is the Har. Now, Sukh also is generally understood to mean ordinary happiness, but in Gurbani, it stands also for the state of mind that is present, that is to say, that is living in its true self. In the first stanza after the Rahau, Avarna Sujai, no other place can I think of or occurs to me. Duji Thahar, a place where I could rest, a place that is stable. I could not find another. Har Pareo Tau Duari, Har Pareo, exhausted, defeated. I have come to your door. The Satgur is being addressed. And here's the petition. Lekha Chod. Lekha Chod. So set aside the accounting. Lekha is what is written in the accounting ledger. So the belief being that we are in fact writing our destiny with our actions, with our qualities. And so therefore we are scripting, in a sense, our lives. And Because we are scripting it with the ego, we get caught in the ego and can't find a way out into the self, because the ego cannot write itself out of the self. It has to give up that writing, and even that the ego cannot do on its own. So the ask here is, Lekha shod a lekha chuta. Put aside any consideration of my merit or dismerit, right? Please put that aside and let me be released. A lekha chuta. Let me be released where? Into the Satgur, which is accountless. There is no scripting of this sort going on. A lekha chuta. Lift me. So this is the petition. So lekha is a very is a fundamental term in Gurbani, because it is inherited from karma. Karma being the lekha in the Indian tradition. This is that whole accounting and merit grammar that has been inherited. Guruji invokes these dualisms of debit, credit, sin, virtue, but only to set them aside, right? So in this verse, the entire logic of lekha, karam, virtue and failure, that whole arithmetic is basically foreclosed. As long as we stand within the lekha, that is to say, as long as we are writing, or the sense of I, which is the pen that writes through language, no result is possible, no freedom, because every lekha concludes with a debit larger than the credit. Release becomes available only by stepping out of the ledger completely into alekh, which is not subject to accounting, because the alekh is the transcendent. It's the name that Gurbani uses for Satgur, for Har. What it means is that the alekh is that which cannot be totaled, which cannot be weighed or judged on its own terms. So hence the petition to be taken into her consciousness. And so the seeker here is confessing and renouncing at the same time and saying, I have no virtue. Please lift me. The concluding verse, a-sabad-a-day sada meherwana sabad-a-day adhari. a-sabad-a-day. This is the Satgur and its nature. Paropkari, always forgiving, always merciful. a-sabad-a-day adhari. It lends its support to everyone. Nanak das sant pache pareo. Nanak has fallen in line behind the Sant, the Guru. Rakh le eh bari, please save me, for this is the moment of opportunity. So this is not sad. Baksind is not something that happens occasionally. It's structural. That is the way the Satgur is structured. That is its nature, to support everyone. So bari, this turn, this time, this opportunity is something that Gurbani is constantly reminding us of. And that is what is being repeated here. Live from within the perspective of the Satgur, which is the principle of transformation within you. You don't have to run around anywhere. Gurbani will take you there, and you will recognize it within yourself. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.